Travis Pastrana next to me. And Trav, you have been a big supporter of scooter riders for a long, long time. Can you talk about the progression that you've seen this sport move through?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, having our Willie on tour and just seeing his passion and kind of, he really opened up all of our eyes on Nitro to, you know, how far and how amazing these scooter riders are. And he crushes it now in BMX. I hope he doesn't take over motorcycles, but, you know, to see the first ever World Games where our Willie actually got last in the contest, just, these guys are absolutely amazing. Watching practice has blown my mind. I feel for our Willie, though, dropping in right now on tour, middle tour last night, tour this morning, or tour this afternoon, and still throwing it. It's awesome.
He seems so confident, though. I got an opportunity to talk to him earlier, and he said, you know, it's okay that he doesn't advance out of the semis, that he goes straight into the finals. He's feeling pretty good about that. And last night, we saw all of you guys ride in one of the most mental shows that we have ever seen. Can you talk about the crowd out here last night?
You know, from the motorcycle side to the Giganta side, just these new big air ramps that we have, and then this French crowd, Vive la France. I tell you what, I didn't know what to expect coming over here, but having Tom Paget on the moto side, and then just, there's so many scooter fanatics that are right here in Paris, and we had a chance to come and do a little press here, and it's awesome, just hitting the skate parks, and I think the core of what Action Sports is right now is honestly the scooters, and I definitely appreciate all these guys, all these kids, all these adults coming and riding, because this is what's going to elevate the passion and excitement that brings Action Sports together.
For sure. So there is another show tonight, so you can get tickets at nitrocircus.com. There's still a few tickets available. But bringing it back to right now, Trav, how much heart and dedication have you seen from these scooter athletes?
No, it's been amazing. Just watching the qualifiers and the practice, and now even practice since the qualifiers, there's guys trying stuff they've never tried, stuff that's never been landed. It's going down like literally right now behind us, and it makes me smile so much to see that, yeah, we've built these ramps that they give the riders more height, more speed, but it allows them to crash and get back up. So I love the big air, and I love the passion that's coming from these riders. So I can't even wait for finals.
Me too. So excited about it. And I know that you were watching just a little bit. What are your expectations, or do you have any tonight?
Honestly, this is so far beyond video games for me. Like, I don't understand. It's like me watching skating where my wife's like, oh, this and that. Like, this is a whole new world, and it just makes me smile so much because I see BMX, I see motocross going where this is going. These guys are like the forefront, the pioneers of what's possible in action sports, and definitely just my mind's dropped. I couldn't possibly tell you who I think is going to win because it's that far out there.
Okay, well, we are just getting ready. So Jake and Cody, we're on the floor, but we're going to send it back to you guys in the booth.
That is so awesome. Travis Pastrana is the man, such a legend, and we are so grateful that he has welcomed us into the action sports family that is Nitro Circus. It's amazing how much support he has given us over the years and continues to do so, giving us this platform of progression.
Yep, absolutely. Having Nitro Circus involved specifically with scooters has 100%, as you said, catapulted the events. Let's take a look at how things are going to be scored today. We have a format of 12 riders in the final. That's 11 who qualified, plus our Willie, who was pre-qualified. In this version, they're going to get 4 runs versus 3 in the semi, so they're going to get 1 extra hit, which is going to be awesome. The best 2 run counts, and the maximum score is 20.
Yeah, so like you said, it's going to be different this time. They get 4 runs instead of 3, so they have an opportunity to try something a little bit harder.
Yeah, a little more wiggle room, going to be able to lay it on the line. Here's our start list. We got Jordan Clark, Corey Funk, Dakota Schutz, his brother, of course, Hunter Schutz, Capron Frunk, as well as Chris Ferris. Funny enough, 2 sets of brothers on that start list.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. 12 guys, 4 runs. Let's see the other 6 that are coming right behind Chris Ferris. We got Tyler Chaffin, Richard Zelinka. We got Dylan Morrison, who just squeaked in. Will Barlow, Roomet Saalik, and Ryan Williams, last year's first place finisher. It was absolutely insane. We are getting ready to kick things off here at Accor Hotels Arena in Paris, France. Let's get this thing going with Jordan Clark is going to be our first guy up. We just saw him behind our 2 hosts throw down a triple front flip, just practicing. Let's see what he's bringing to the table right now.
Oh, wow! Losing a foot on the landing there, but still throwing down the fronty inward to late double or triple whip, I believe it was. We'll have to confirm with the replay. We're going to be doing that a lot today. Our riders are so technical. They spin and bar spin so quickly that it's easy to lose count. Lucky for us, our judges are experts and they know exactly what's going on.
Jordan Clark just starting it off massive with that trick, doing an inward front flip and doing some late tail-ups. Let's see exactly what went on there. There's the inward, not even kicking it and doing 3 tail-ups. We saw the double in the semifinals. We're already stepping things up, and this is only run 1.
Yeah, it's always awkward to break the ice and go first. Jordan setting things off, able to roll away, obviously slipping the foot, not exactly what he was looking for, but still a great way to kick things off. And like you said, because we have 12 dudes but 4 runs, they're probably going to lay it all on the line right from the start.
Oh yeah, because basically what they're going to do is they're going to try to throw down their hardest tricks at first. I was actually talking to R. Willie about this earlier.
Yep.
Throw down their hardest tricks in the first 2 runs. If they land them there, they're going to be trying tricks that have never been done before and that they've never even tried before.
I can't even imagine what some of these guys are cooking up in their heads. They are absolute madmen. See, obviously, they're Jordan getting the .80. That's 100% due to him slipping the foot. Not what he was looking for, but still a good feeling. What's crazy is, like Lorette and Jimmy were saying, some of these guys only got to practice today, maybe 1 session before. Jordan looking super comfortable on the ramp.
Yep, and here we go. Corey Funk up next, the younger of the Funk brothers, coming from where we do our practice in Lake Paris and going for a double flip with what looked like 4 tail whips.
Yeah, there's a lot of math that's going to be going on today. That is a double quad, if you would. The best way to do an analogy for that is 2 backflips, 4 tail whips, pure carnage. Just missing the catch, it looked like. We'll see exactly what went wrong here.
Going for the 2x4, we'll call it.
2x4, I like that.
Looks at, you can see it after the first flip, he slows down his flip to spot his landing.
Yep.
But he also has to look down at the scooter to see exactly where it is and try and catch it.
Yeah, it's such a task. You're already flipping, flying through the air, two full backward rotations and 4 rotations of the scooter. To catch it, I have no idea how these guys time it, Jake.
I have no clue. Here goes Dakota Schutz doing a bunch of kickless rewinds.
Wow.
No problem for him. I'm surprised he didn't take off and go even higher because that thing was flying around like a helicopter.
Yeah, you got to wonder, when you're doing 5 kickless rewinds in a row, is there maybe a little bit of lift that's happening? Like you say, Jake, wouldn't be surprised to see him float. Let's count them again just to be extra sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow.
6.
5. I think it was 5.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
kickless.
I'll stick to English.
Okay.
Sorry, Jake.
Dakota checking out his score. He's definitely going to be our leader so far, being the only guy to make a trick 2 feet on and ride away clean. Dakota Schutz is going to be stoked on that one.
Yeah, 4.6, definitely a great way to kick things off. Obviously, not sending a double or triple backflip, but getting a ton of rotations into the scooter, showing a lot of technicality there.
And here comes his brother, Hunter Schutz, who's also doing a right side up trick, going for the triple inward. Unfortunately, it looked like he clipped the back of his leg, which sent the scooter out on a frenzy.
Yeah, as far as an inward goes, one of the big key things is to keep your deck as straight as possible. The first one looked great there, but at some point in the second one, his deck got a little bit lost, and like you said, clipped his foot or his leg there, obviously making the 3rd rotation impossible.
Yeah, let's just see exactly where things went wrong for Hunter. After the second one, it actually hit his knee in the front, his back wheel, catching his knee, which is not going to be good.
Bit odd to see because Hunter, like I said, in the semifinals was the first person to land that triple inward, and he's usually very consistent with it. Got to wonder if he's going to stick to it just to get some points on the board in the next run, or step it up because, you know, we are in the finals.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure he's going to go with that one for run number 2, at least get a score on the board. But next up, we got Capron Funk, who was 2016 Nitro World Games Scooter Best Tricks Victor.
Yep.
Let's see what he can pull out here, 2018.
1, 2.
No way!
Just slipping out, Jake. It looked
that
really
was so
good.
Close.
It looked really good. That's the backflip triple inward, if you would, trick that we first saw from Capron. I cannot believe he's able to fit 3 inwards in during a backflip.
Yeah, it's insane. Look at this again, and look how close he gets to landing this trick. 1, 2, 3 inwards, and he gets both feet on, but just a little bit in the driver's seat on the left side, and going over, unfortunately. Look, shouting out his apparel, his YouTube channel, and all that fun stuff Capron does. He's stoked to be here.
Yep, hitting the plug. One thing to keep in mind, a lot of things are going to change from one scooter to the other. The size of the wheels, the length of the deck, the height of the bars. Capron running a smaller scooter, making it easier to flip around, but smaller space to land on.
And on the opposite side of the spectrum, Chris Ferris with a massive scooter. Check out that trick.
Wow.
He gets it first try,
Super
and a look
clean.
of relief, and then doing the coffin into the airbag. Chris Ferris nailing that double backflip bar spin tuck no-hander with extension and landing it almost as clean as it gets.
Yeah, the judges are really going to appreciate the fact that he threw the bars, caught it, brought it in, really stretched his arms out for the tuck, which we're going to get a great look up here in the replay.
Check it out, folks.
Boom.
Wow.
Not just out, Jake, but behind him, stretched out to the max.
That was perfect extension, if you ask me. Now, the judges are also looking for hold, how long they're going to hold that no-hander, which he didn't hold for very long, but I don't think that's going to matter that much. That was a solid trick from Chris Ferris, and I can already tell he's going to be bringing in more. You see the Band-Aid on his mouth. he actually had a pretty nasty spill in practice. His tooth went through his lip, and he said, "I'm fine, don't worry," and went right back up on the ramp and did it again.
I think he took all of 5 minutes just to slap a Band-Aid on and get right back up there. 5.48, throwing him right up into first place. He's definitely going to be hyped with that one.
Good enough to overtake Dakota Schutz for the top spot. Chris Ferris was definitely one of the most enjoyable guys to watch in semifinals, and he's bringing the heat here in finals.
Yep, next up we got Tyler Chaffin doing it from Oceanside, California at only 17 years old, Jake. One of the youngsters, took home 2nd place last year, I believe.
Yeah, Tyler Chaffin has the triple front flip in his bag, but he's also got some other crazy stuff. Like that right there, double backflip. Was that 3 bar spins?
I think that was a double triple, Jake, a 2x3 if you would.
Oh my goodness. Tyler Chaffin is super stoked on getting it. It's amazing to see that these guys, you know, they have 4 jumps, but they're landing their tricks on the first go.
Yeah, it's crazy to think too, like you said, because there's 4, there a couple dudes landing their first one, there's gonna be so much potential for some insane tricks on the 3rd and 4th runs.
Oh, they're gonna be putting it all on the line. Check it out. 1, 2, 3 bar spins inside of a double backflip. Now, you go back a couple of years, there was only maybe 1 or 2 guys. Actually, one of our judges was the first guy to ever land a double backflip on a scooter.
Shout out to Terry
So
Price.
I wonder how he's feeling watching all these double backflip combos go down, because he innovated it to begin with. And look at that, just like that, Tyler Chaffin hops up into the top spot.
Just squeaking by Chris Ferris by a couple points there. Really going to be happy with that score. So far, I think the judges have been nailing it. Really stoked to see what Richard pulls out for us here.
Richard has some crazy cash roll combos, which are 360 backflips. If you don't know what a cash roll is, you do a 360-degree spin and a front flip. Sorry, not backflip, front flip. And he's going to start it off right that way with the quad bar spin. Cash roll.
Wow.
Are you kidding me?
He squatted that one out, Jake. You know he was an animal. He wanted just the
Look
toes.
how hyped he is.
Just the toes were on his deck. He had to squat all the way down. He's one of the dudes riding a huge bar, using it for leverage. That was insane.
And we talked about it in the semifinals. That's a video part trick. Richard just put out a video, and it had that trick in it. And I know it took him a long time to film that trick, like days of riding this ramp. And here he is now, has it perfectly consistent. How is that even possible?
Yeah, he's 2 for 2 on the day. Like you said, really a video part trick, but the vibe, the energy, the ambiance, as we say in French here, is insane, and obviously throwing him up into first place, and rightfully so.
Yeah, 6.22, making Richard Zelinka our new leader. We still have so many riders left. This is crazy. We're just getting started. We got Dylan Morrison up next, who just made his way into the finals. He was one of the last riders to go. All he had to do was put down a score. He only needed 3 points to get into the finals. He didn't care. He put it all on the line and threw down a big trick, and definitely going to see some more of that. Oh, no!
Just losing track of his scooter there. Dylan often doing the double backflips with lots of variations, going with whip rewinds. It's really hard to keep track of where your scooter's at. He's kicking it back and forth with his feet while doing a double flip. Absolutely insane. Just losing track of where it was there.
Right. It's super tough. I think he was going for the whip rewind, and maybe he was just doing the rewind like he did in the semis to get a score on the board. Unfortunately, right there you can see he didn't get it, but he's all right. He's still got 3 jumps to go, and Dylan Morrison is one of the most consistent riders I've ever seen on this ramp.
Yeah, he also deals with pressure very well, Jake. Like you said, he just made his way into the final. He was one of the last 2 riders to jump, I think. Only needed a 3, not one to hold back. Ended up absolutely sending it anyway.
Yeah, crazy. And check out Will Barlow. This guy's got double flip combos. He's got triple flips. Started off with a double backflip, tail whip bar spin.
That was so clean, Jake.
I'm telling you, these guys are doing these tricks on the first try. They're under so much pressure. I don't know how they don't screw this up.
Man, I don't know how they put themselves in a mental space where they can just say, I'm going to roll down this, I'm going to flip around 2 times, I'm going to whip my scooter, I'm going to throw the bars after that, and then I'm going to roll away like it was nothing. Will, one of the guys like Dylan, our Willie, so many of them look way too comfortable flying through the air.
It's just amazing. They're just lacing these tricks, no problem whatsoever. We heard Capron talking earlier today during semifinals about how if you don't land in the sweet spot, we call it, you're going to land real flat or you're going to case and it's not going to work out for you. Will Barlow landing perfectly in transition. Good enough for a 3rd place spot at the moment.
Yeah, sliding in. It's actually really tight. If you look at the spread between 1st and 4th right now, it's actually super tight. Going to be a really close competition.
Here's your top qualifier right now from the semifinals. Roomet Saalik, get hyped for this one, guys. Folks at home watching, this guy has insane tricks in his bag. Starting off with the 720 front flip, no-hander, and he puts it down.
I don't know how he does it, Jake. The man is basically a tornado on on wheels, throwing the 720 front flip with a right proper tuck no-hander right in the middle. He made that one in the semifinals, did it again in the finals.
Yeah.
I don't understand how these guys are so consistent with these insane tricks.
Yeah, but it's going to make for an amazing final, because if they're stomping these big tricks in their first runs, that means we're going to see some never-been-done-before tricks on their last few runs. Check it out. 720 front flip, no-hander. Perfect landing.
That couldn't have been any cleaner. These rotations are out of this world, Jake.
And Roomet stands by the scoreboard waiting for a score to come in.
7.20
for first place. He said #1, baby, and that's why Roomet Saalik was your top qualifier from semifinals. He gets 1 or 2 more good scores. He's going to give Ryan Williams a run for his money.
Yeah, super interesting. He's got a solid score right out the gate. He's got 3 more hits to do anything he wants, and he's been talking a big game. I can't wait to see what he goes with. But here he is, the man, the myth, the legend. R. Willie coming in for his first hit.
Starting off 1080 front flip. Can he put it down? And he does!
Of course he can. Wow, he makes that look way too easy. We cannot stress at home how incredibly hard that trick is. He makes it look casual. He's so comfortable on that scooter. It's insane.
I think he's singing something. But yeah, last night we were at the actual show, and he did that trick in the show, and it was absolutely textbook. He spins the 1080 around so fast, and then pulls around the front. Look, he's showing off
tribute to the bowl cut. Yep.
Which I've seen quite a few of the Nitro crew running around here with that cut. It must be some sort of initiation or punishment of some sort.
Oh, that's so beautiful. Like you said, Jake, super blind this trick, just tornadoing his way around, finds the landing somehow, stretches it out, super casual for him.
He wants to score.
Incredibly powerful trick.
Give him the score. I think that puts him in first place. 8.50.
A much-deserved first place after a trick like that. Easily worth the 8.5. Super hyped to see what else he's going to pull out today.
Yeah, well, we saw in semifinals Roomet Saalik also landing a 1080 front flip.
Yep.
And the thing I liked the most was when R. Willie came out to me afterwards, and he said how excited he was to see how high Roomet scored with a 1080 front flip, because R. Willie knew how simply he could put down that trick. And he did just that, and that's good enough to put him into first place. So your defending champion is right now sitting in first after the first runs.
Yeah, crazy to think that the 1080 front flip is his go-to for his first hit, because again, it's a great thing to have a score to sit on. We got Jordan coming in for #2. Obviously slipped his foot on the first one. Let's see if he can hold it together for this one.
I think he's got it.
Oh, he does.
That was a new one, Cody.
I believe there's a front flip inward whip to bar. I have no idea how he sneaks that bar spin in, Jake.
I've honestly never seen that trick done before in my life. I've never seen him attempt it before on this ramp, and he just put it down. First try. You see the godfather of scootering, Andrew Broussard, sitting on the sideline giving Jordan a hug, because that trick was massive.
Just getting around, almost under-rotated, but Jordan knows his air awareness like the back of his hand. He knew that he had to stay in the ball if he wanted to get all the way around. Just squatting it out. This ramp is perfect. It's just breeding innovation.
Well, he was one of the first guys to be doing triple front flips, so I'm going to guess we're going to see some triple front flip combos from him. And that's going to give him a 4.56, which he is pretty okay with, it looks like.
Yeah, definitely a decent score. Obviously going to look to drop that first one at the 0.8. Definitely has tons of wiggle room coming into the third and fourth runs.
Yeah, so we saw Corey didn't make a first trick on the first run, so he's going to look for something big on the second one. He's got the tunes pumping in the ears. Let's see what he's got.
Yeah, tunes in. It's always banger time.
Oh my goodness. I'm going to need a replay.
Wow. Did you see that catch, too? He caught that with authority, Jake.
And he landed so clean, so much speed coming out of it. I want to say it was a tail whip, buttercup to quad whip, maybe quint whip.
Sounds about right. Without the slow-mo, it's going to be really tough to know. Lucky for our judges, they know these riders like inside and out. Let's take a look at exactly what it was. Walk us through it, Jake.
Here we go. Tail whip, then right into the buttercup, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 tail whips after the buttercup. An insane trick from Corey Funk, one of the guys that is doing a lot of right side up tricks. We did see him do some double backflip tricks in semifinals, and I'm sure we're going to see him here in the finals, but he might have just wanted to put down a score right there.
Yeah, definitely showing us a bit of diversity. Like you said, able to do some of the double flip combos, but showing us that he can get super technical, whipping his scooter around, basically turning it into a nunchuck, doing whatever he wants with it.
Yeah, the control over that thing is insane. A lot of these guys like to do flip tricks off these steep lips because it's a lot easier to control and find the landing. When you come off of a steep lip and you have to go into the landing and you don't go upside down, it makes it a lot more difficult.
Oh, here's Schutz getting technical, but upside down this time. I think that was the same as his semifinals, going with the backflip, quadruple rewind. We'll have to confirm it. The man is a machine. I definitely understand why he got that nickname,
Well,
Jake.
what's crazy is you see his feet on the scooter. When he drops in and when he lands, they're in the same position. Yep, that's the quad rewind.
I don't know how he snuck that fourth one in. I said 4, doubted myself, waited for the replay, confirmed it. The man is an animal, a.k.a. the machine. I don't know how he does it, Jake.
It's a big trick from Dakota Schutz, absolutely, and it's good enough for 3.86, a total score of 8.46, bumping him up into second place.
Yeah, definitely going to be stoked with that. Still got two runs to go. The consistency factor has actually been a big one this weekend, and the machine showing that he's got that under his belt, no problem.
Well, you have to be consistent when you only have 4 jumps. And the thing is, this resi ramp is not sticky whatsoever, especially with the urethane scooter wheels. Let's see what Hunter's got. Going for the quad!
Wow, ditching the triple. That didn't work out in the first one. Going for the quad there. I've actually never seen that done, Jake. Quadruple inward makes absolutely no sense. His arms are moving from takeoff to landing nonstop.
He's going to have to land that perfect. Like I said, the resi ramp is not sticky whatsoever. If you land a little bit sideways, your wheels are going to slip out. You have to land perfectly straight. Coming so close, just looking for the deck with his feet. Couldn't quite pull it around. Yeah,
like you mentioned there, Jake, if you don't land perfectly on the deck as well with your weight above and on top of your scooter, it's going to be really hard to ride it out. The dudes are absolutely throwing down. Hunter just coming up a tad short, but a quad inward. I do not understand how he has the hang time to pull that off.
Well, one of the only other guys doing multiple inwards and doing them in flips is Capron Funk, our next rider up, who doesn't have a score, did not connect on his first run. Yeah, so he's hoping for something big here.
Yeah, going to be interesting to see if he plays the safe just to put a score down. Not the type usually to play safe, Capron. Would not be surprised to see him throw down one of his heaviest hammers he's got.
Well, he's going down the big roll-in. Off the kicker, 1, 2, 3, going with the triple inward backflip. Almost pulling it around, but he's still got a smile on his face. He's having a blast out here.
Yeah, it's cool to see all the guys that are out there having fun. It's not often that you get to ride a ramp of this scale with all your buddies around, one big family, having a session. Obviously still a competition, taking it serious, but Capron having the time of his life out there.
Check out how close he actually gets to this.
Oh just missing the catch. Yeah, he was not far. That third inward kind of got a little bit hung up. Maybe got busy spotting the landing instead of checking out the scooter. There's so much going on at once. I have no idea how he keeps track of what he's doing.
Well, I think he's going to nail it in the next one, getting that close on that one. But our next rider up only needs a 3.03 if he wants to sit in the top spot, is going to be Chris Ferris. We just saw him do double flip, bar spin, tuck no hander. Let's see what he's going to pull out on this jump. Going for the cash roll, quad whip to bar spin.
I think that was a triple to bar spin. Able to ride down, but not perfectly. Like you said, Jake, if you don't nail it perfectly, it's going to be hard to hang on.
That resi bites back. You can see the layers on the resi ramp because they don't make a resi wide enough for the size of this airbag lander. So they actually have to ride straight, just straight. If they try to cross over the layers on the resi, their front wheel gets caught. Check this out.
Oh, wow. I believe that was 4, actually.
I do think it was as well.
Oh, my goodness, Jake.
Just getting tripped up on the resi, unfortunately. But that's a never-been-done-before trick. Cash roll, which is a 360 front flip, quadruple tail whip to bar spin. Coming super close. Chris, if there's anyone that can do it, it's Chris.
Yeah, absolutely. We saw him throw down the quad whip cash roll in semifinals. Blew our minds. Just added the bar spin. The guys are pulling everything out for this finals. They're all giving it everything they've got, trying stuff, like you say, never been done. Not only have they not landed it, some of them haven't tried it, most of it's never been done.
Well, if you're going to want to win, you're going to want to go with a never been done before trick. I think we're seeing a triple front flip right here. Tyler Chapman laces it, no problem. Known for that trick right there. And look at the energy he's bringing after the land.
Man, Tyler Chapman is absolutely incredible. On the day, he is 2 for 2 on triple front flips.
How do you have that trick so consistent that you can just put it down whenever you want?
Yeah, a few of the dudes were saying they didn't even see him throw it in practice. All of a sudden in semifinals, just laces it first tee.
I got to point out the pop off the lip right there. Is what gives him that spring to do 3 consecutive forward flips.
And spotting, well, you see the impact there in his head, able to hold on to it. But man, these dudes are absolute athletes. And we've mentioned that it is a resi landing, but it is far from soft, Jake, especially when you're going that high, that far, with that much rotation as well. It's a big impact.
We saw some heavy slams during practice. So yeah, by no means is that thing safe. And that's good enough for a 7.82, bumping him into first place with a big score of 13.58.
Yeah, Tyler, another one of the guys who now has 2 very good scores, sitting in first place and 2 entire runs left to do whatever he feels like.
All right, Richard Zelinka up next. This guy is a weapon, has so many crazy cash roll combos. What are we going to see here? Cash roll. Whoa, go for
no, he got it! Jake!
Are you kidding me?
How did he spin that? I was certain he was going for a cash roll. Jake is sitting beside me. His jaw has hit the floor. He is speechless. I'm pretty speechless. I can't believe that was definitely a cash roll. Pulls the extra 360.
Yeah, so 720 front flip, tail whip bar spin. Wait, was it just a tail or tail whip bar spin?
I have no idea.
There's a lot going on
either
there,
way,
Cody.
that was one of, if not the craziest thing I have seen in a long time. Let's watch it back.
Tail whip. Bar spin, yep.
Oh, that's 720. Jake, that's
never been done.
That's as never been done as it gets.
This is Nitro World Games, folks. We're doing world's first, no problem. First
I can't believe Richard just pulled that out, Jake. I am so excited for him. Look at him. He's pumped. Richard gets emotional. He takes it serious.
Let's
a
go,
9.36,
baby.
and rightfully so. If you're going to get into the 9s, it's going to take something that's never been done. That's just pushing the limits. Even just the whip has probably never been done, and he threw the bar.
Cody, I don't believe that he just did that first try. No problem.
Richard
I didn't
is
see him
animal.
try that.
I'm so happy for him. I'm getting a little emotional right now myself. I'm not going to lie. That was insane.
If Richard can pull off another trick like that, our Willie's in trouble.
He's definitely going to give him a run for his money. Now, we've only seen one out of Willie so far.
That's right. That's right. We have.
The talent is just so rich at this competition. We've got Nitro boosting Scooters to the next level. The Moon Booter shooting the boys into
talk about boosting. Dylan Morrison dropping in right now to the Moon Booter. Let's see what he's got. Oh,
man.
Coming so close.
The
Going
dude
for
is
a massive double flip combo.
Oh, the dude is double flipping and spinning his scooter from takeoff basically to landing, leaving himself not a ton of time to catch it. He's not even upset. Dylan works well under pressure, like we said.
Right.
Going to be interesting to see if he switches it up or sticks with his trick.
Yeah, because in the semifinals, he did make the semis on his last two jumps.
Yep.
So that could be what he's going for here.
Classic Devo showing off his signature wheeler, definitely helping him out.
Flashing the sponsors like you gotta do, gotta pay the bills. All right, we got a couple more riders left. Our next rider up, Will Barlow. This guy is crazy. The first time I ever met him was in Lake Paris, and he had his headphones in doing crazy dances at the top of the ramp. Getting ready to do triple backflips before that was even a thing.
Yeah, also the first person to add a whip to the triple backflip. Super interested to see if he decides to pull that one out or not.
I mean, like we said, world's first are going to be needed to throw down if these guys want to win it. Here he goes, Will Barlow. What will we see from him?
That's a fat pull.
Here he goes. No way!
Whip.
Oh, so close, Will Barlow.
Barzy.
Going for the triple flip tail whip.
Now, I'll tell you what, Jake, that whip is so late. I was sure he was just going for the triple.
That's right. I was sure of it too, but he does wait till that last flip. I don't know what it is. Maybe it gives him more control or more time to spot the landing. Check it out right there.
Oh, so late. Gets the
right
catch.
Before the last flip.
A little bit sideways, a little bit deep.
Like I said earlier,
Yep.
Cody, it is tough to land on this resi. If you have a little bit of a sideways pull, you're going to slip out.
That was absolutely incredible. I can't believe he just threw a whip in a triple backflip, almost put it to his wheels on his first go, and he's still got 2 more tries, Jake.
I can't believe what we're seeing. And next up, this guy is always competition ready. Roomet Saalik, who is not only one of the world's top scooter riders, he's Estonia's #1 BMX rider.
Yeah, Roomet can do it all. I like to refer to him as the Estonian Savage.
That's right. Here he goes. 1080 front flip.
Gets it. Oh, wow, super clean.
Roomet Saalik sticking the 1080 front flip. Now he has put down the 2 tricks that got him the top spot in semifinals.
Talk about consistency. He's still got 2 runs to go. 2 absolute hammers that he's just going to be able to build off. I have no idea what he's cooking up in his bag of tricks.
That's my boy right there. You know, I've known this guy since before he spoke a lick of English. He was just as crazy then as he is now. But the tricks have gotten even more gnarly.
You see him holding on to that one. They're taking it deep, bending his knees. Another one of the riders with the big bars using all of the leverage.
Moves
jumping him up into first. Look at that score, Jake. Zelinka with a 15.58, Saalik with a 15.66. It is tight out there.
So you see Roomet's second score was an 8.46, which wasn't as high as Richard's second score, but Roomet's first score was higher than Richard's. So now Roomet sitting in first place. Is R. Willie going to be able to take back the top spot after run number 2? We're about to find out.
I'll tell you what, if there's anyone who can do it, Jake, it is this man right here. He is probably more comfortable than anyone on this jump.
Well, I know he learned a new trick during shows. I think we're going to see it. There it is. Silly Willie
with the whip. Oh, he gets
puts
it.
it down.
Wow.
Are you serious? This is not happening right now.
I can't understand what's going on. Look at Ryan. Just chucks his scooter. Just disregard
He's
for it.
on top of the world.
He's 2
right
for 2
now.
right now. The man is so consistent, way too comfortable, flying through the air. He probably could have high-fived the Jumbotron there, Jake.
Absolutely. He was so high in the air, throwing that tail whip off the lip while doing his signature 360 double front flip, a.k.a. the Silly Willie. Nobody else in the world can do the trick that he just did.
Yeah, and also, like you said, throwing the whip. And what's interesting is we see some dudes throwing them late. We'll see right here. Watch how early. Right? Bang, there.
Boom.
So Barzy and a few of the others throwing their tricks late. Ryan opting to chuck it right off the... before he's done the first flip, actually.
How do you even know where you're at? Hold your feet on the deck. You see how close it was to his feet falling off.
Yep.
The judges are probably having a crazy time over there. I don't know what I would do if I was them. That's why we have this job and they have that job, because that's way harder.
We have the best job in the world. No way I'm jumping that thing. It's way too huge. The judges are probably biting their nails right now. I tell you what, Jake, it's not rocket science, but we do have a rocket scientist trying to calculate these tricks going on. Shout out to Brandon Kilbury. And Ryan, 9.2, jumps him up into first place with a 17.70. Almost, yeah, an entire 2 points ahead.
Yeah, R. Willie is very ahead of the pack right now after run 2, but we're only halfway through this contest. Let's take a look at the leaderboard. Look at that. The golden boy, Mr. Nitro Circus, Ryan Williams, sitting in the top spot. Right under him, the top qualifier from semifinals, Roomet Saalik, Richard Zelinka. These guys are all throwing down world's first tricks. It's really anybody's game at this point.
Yeah, an interesting note is that the highest actual score was Richard's first jump, so we'll see if he's able to stack another heavy one. He's going to be able to give Ryan a run for his money. Yeah, some of the other dudes too, like Dylan, missing both jumps, but because they get 4, it's still anyone's game at this point.
That's right, and like I said, I talked to Ryan earlier, and he said a lot of what these guys are doing is stomping their hardest 2 tricks first, so they can go for even harder tricks after.
Yeah, at this point, all the guys who are towards the top of the leaderboard have 2 solid runs, and they can just build off them. They don't have the worry of finishing low because they didn't get the 2 scores. It's any man's game, but I would definitely love to be at the top so I can push my limits just that much more right now.
Yeah, exactly. You want to have some breathing room so you can go for it. This guy trying to put down something here. Oh, no! Oh, Jordan. Oh, no!
See, I think
Jordan
he was
going down really hard.
I think he was thinking triple Jake.
Yeah.
Ended up not popping properly, going way too deep. We all know that this sport where we're playing with gravity, going that high, it's all a part of it. Jordan knows very well. We've seen him take some big slams before.
There's a lot of reward when you land the trick, but there's also a lot of risk, especially in a big contest like this. These guys are putting it all on the line, and Jordan, unfortunately, either under-rotating a triple flip or over-rotating a double flip, landing a little bit low.
Yep,
and
a lot low, actually.
It went pretty wrong. It did look like he was okay rolling around over there.
Luckily, we have the best medical crew on site. They're tending to him right now, and like I said, Jordan is one tough dude. As far as crashes go, definitely went really deep. Full commit. Props to him for hanging on.
If you want to win a contest like this, it's going to take a lot, and Jordan pushing the limits right there. Our amazing medical staff is going to take a good care of him. Our first place right now is Ryan Williams. We're going to learn a little bit more about him right now. Check this one out, folks.
Ryan Williams is a professional BMX rider, scooter rider, and he's 24 years old from the Sunshine Coast in Queensland.
This is what I usually look like, but imagine me holding another bag and dragging it through the airport.
I ended up in Nitro Circus when I was 17 years old. I was just a young scooter kid. Nitro Circus hit me up, flew me to Albury, and I managed to pull the first ever double front flip on scooter, and I've been on the show ever since.
At first they gave me a bit of grief, but it just pushed me to do better. It was just a fuel for my fire. And I just pushed myself, and I'm still here today, so I guess I did something right.
Hands down, the best action sports athlete alive today is Ryan Williams.
When I found out scootering was going to be in the Nitro World Games, it was just a huge relief. Like, all my hard work to represent scooters has paid off, and finally we're in a massive competition. It was a true achievement for me and for scooters.
Our Willie.
Boy.
And he's got a score to settle. His 5th place finish last year was very uncharacteristic.
Off the super kicker, Silly Willie, and he hangs on to it.
Scooter Big A just went down. It was insane competition. Everyone landed new tricks. Somehow I managed to pull the win. I'm so stoked. Last year I came out, it's super difficult. We only get 3 jumps and you have to stick 2. And I need a redemption. I put more time into the scootering this time and it paid off.
What a story. Ryan Williams, you see last year, he did the Silly Willie, and that was good enough for a first place finish. And this year, he is stepping it up. We just saw the tail whip Silly Willie. Things are really heating up here at Nitro World Games Scooter Best Trick.
Yeah, it's crazy to think that we're only halfway through the competition at this point. Obviously, we see Jordan Clark going down there. Lucky for us, we have the best equipment. We have the best medical staff. We have Jed Milden there checking in on him. The people behind the scenes making this clock turn are the top of the top, the best in the world.
Yeah, and it's a good thing, too. I mean, not only do we have the best medical staff, they have a physio guy here that will really work your muscles.
Oh, man.
I went in there just before we went to broadcast, and he really loosened me up.
A couple crinkle, crackle, snap, crackle, pops, eh?
Yeah, but I know Jordan Clark, if there's anybody out there that can take a slam, it is that guy.
Yeah, all of the guys in the finals are incredibly tough. They know that when they're dealing with these types of speeds, heights, momentums, inertias, when things go wrong, sometimes you're going to have to bite it. It's all a part of the game, and everyone understands the risks that are involved with it.
Yeah, everybody knows how dangerous this stuff really is. So right now, we're going to go check in with Lorette, who's downstairs with Jed Milden.
Hello, guys, and I do have good news. Jordan Clark is good. He is okay. This is just a precaution. We want to make sure that he is totally all right. So we got good news. We got a thumbs up from him. And Jed Milden, you know, we have the best medical staff out here. They're attending to all of the riders. So moving forward with Nitro Circus, you know, this is, our athletes work so hard. And moving forward tonight, we have a show here in Paris. I mean, talk about the energy and the experience that you had last night with this French crowd.
Yeah, well, they lived up to their name. They're very loud, very vocal, and all the guys sent it. I mean, last night we had Harry go 90 feet, land on, and talking about the safety of and the medical crew, we had him go 90 feet, land on the pads on the side of his neck and head, and be okay, you know. So I think that's a testament to what's going, you know, all of the work that's been put in behind the scenes to make the ramps as safe as possible, so that then we can progress the sport and do these live shows night in, night out.
Yeah, and it's amazing because it is safety first, and our first concern is all about our athletes. And how have you seen Nitro Circus and even all of the sports combined progress in safety?
Yeah, well, we've got all this new technology like these airbag landings and then the slippery resi covers over them, and that just allows us to push it to the limit. And now it actually seems funny, but we're actually, because the ramps are a lot steeper and we can go higher, it's actually made it safer because we can come down. It's kind of like, I always judge a ramp like a rainbow kind of effect. So like the up and then the down, like you don't want to come down onto a flat landing like this, you know, it's going to hurt. But if you're coming over like that, then you're going to come in nice and safe. But like, whereas we just seen with Jordan, he kind of, it doesn't really happen often when someone chops the lip like that and goes long. But he just chopped it and went super long and kind of missed the whole landing. But it's glad that he's safe. And down the bottom, we've got these extra blow-up pads. So I think if we didn't have that, it'd be a lot more drastic than what it is. So yeah, I'm glad that Jordan's safe. And yeah, thanks so much to Nitro for building these ramps for us so we can push it. And we can bring, you know, new tricks to the party and show kids like all this new stuff that's possible.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, you guys, we still have a few tickets available for tonight's show here in Paris. Go to nitrocircus.com and see Jed the Warrior Milden. It's going to be such a good time. Gentlemen, we are going back to you in the booth.
Yeah, it's really good to hear that Jordan Clark is okay.
Yep.
Like Jed said, they got the pads down at the bottom, which definitely softened the landing for Jordan a little bit. If they didn't have that, it could have spelled disaster.
Yeah, what's cool about Nitro is they're not only progressing the sports, but they're progressing the technology, the ramps, the landings, the way that they're able to tear them down, bring them anywhere, make it so that these athletes can really push their limits and be safe we're really happy to hear that Jordan is okay, and it's time to get back into the action, Jake. I cannot wait. Like I said, we're not even, well, just past halfway through.
Yeah, that was our first rider in run number 3.
Yep.
Our next rider up is Corey Funk, who's up at the top, ready to drop. Let's get things back moving. Corey Funk only has a 3.94 right now. He's gonna need a big trick right here if he wants to be a contender for the top spot.
Yeah, you know he's hungry. It's obviously always hard to follow up when you watch when your buddies go down, but these men are all absolute professionals. They've been there before. Corey is gonna be a perfect man to be breaking the ice for us.
Well, let's check him out. Corey Funk hitting the super kicker double front flip with a tail whip. Oh no,
man.
Going down.
Yeah, Corey, another dude with one of the shorter decks, so his wheelbase is really small. If he doesn't get the entire rotation, it's hard. You see some of the guys squatting out their landings just to make it work. Corey under-rotated a bit. They're not able to hold on to it.
Right. With the shorter wheelbase, it is tough. You're going to have to land more perfectly. There's less room for error. There it is. Tail whip, double front flip, and he almost had it.
Yeah, he was really close. As far as close but no cigar goes, I don't think he could have been any closer without rolling away from that one.
Talking to his buddy Solly Bloomfield, who tried some pretty crazy tricks in semis and unfortunately didn't make it. Corey is looking pretty bummed out right now.
Rightfully so. I mean, with just one run left, he knows that he's not going to be able to put himself on the podium where he's been before. He's tasted the podium here at Nitro World Games before. You know he was hungry for it.
Yeah, this is definitely a contest that the Funk brothers have come to love, and not only love but dominate.
Oh yeah, the Funk brothers have become an immediate staple in the scooter world, the world of YouTube as well. I mean, you say Funk Bros and the kids just go absolutely
they know
insane.
Exactly what you're talking about.
Oh yeah.
Our next rider up is going to be Dakota Schutz, who's doing some hand movements, some scooter movements. He's probably got a big trick planned right now. Here he comes. He's already got an 8.46, and that's over 2 tricks.
Yeah, so you know he's definitely looking to step things up. Like you say, spinning his bars back and forth, definitely visualizing what he's going to be doing right now. When these guys are going upside down and whipping, kicking their scooters back and forth, you have to know exactly what you're doing from takeoff to landing, or you will get eaten up by the jump.
That's right, and Dakota just waiting for the green light right now.
Yeah, obviously we want to make sure that everything is perfect. These ramps are so innovative. They do take a bit of maintenance, but the crew here is unbelievable. Things are perfect. We're not going to let him drop until he's absolutely ready. So he's just there, like I said, still visualizing, getting ready to go, calculating in his head how long he's going to be in the air, how he's going to kick it back, which combos he's going to go with. Based off of the way he's been looking and tilting his head, you got to imagine he's going backflip, some sort of rewind combination.
Yeah. And so it looks like Ryan Williams sitting in first place. Roomet Saalik, like you said earlier, is a whole 2 points behind him. So Roomet might have to step it up big time if he wants to bump our Willie out of that top spot. Let's take a look at how we got here in the finals. Take a look at the semis. Oh, this is our finals. My apologies, guys. There you see Chris Ferris throwing down a double backflip bar spin, no-hander. We're taking a look at exactly how our list is looking right now, how it got here.
You got Richard finding that 4th bar spin, making absolutely no sense. Barzy with the late whip and bar spin.
I don't know how these guys put these tricks down. We've only done 2 runs. A couple guys have done their 3rd run, but we've really only done 2 runs, and that means all of these tricks have been stomped out in just those 2 runs.
Yeah, it's crazy to think that these guys are going to be looking to step it up in these 3rd and 4th runs. Wow, absolute perfection
doing
from Jordan
the front
there.
flip, inward, tail whip, bar spin, a trick I've never even seen before.
Corey getting funky with that ninja-style trick. I've made this reference before, but if his scooter was a nunchuck, he could probably take out a Jedi spinning it that fast, Jake. It's unbelievable the things these guys are doing with
Tyler got
now.
a pretty big score right there for the triple front flip, which put him up on the leaderboard.
But the highest score of the day was that one right there. Richard smacking that 720 with the whip bar fronty. So it's like a casserole with an extra 360 as well as a whip and a bar. Insane.
And there's the trick that got our Willie into first place, the silly Willie tail whip. Insane.
Yeah, adding it to his list. Let's see how the leaderboard has shaped up. Like we said, Ryan Williams adding the whip to that silly Willie to step things up. That 9-2 threw him right up into first place, followed closely behind by Roomet Saalik. Richard Zelinka, definitely one to look out for. You'll see there, he's got that 936, which is the highest score so far. So he's definitely one who's going to be giving Ryan a run for his money. They're followed closely by Tyler, Dakota Schutz, Chris Ferris. I mean, there's still 2 hits for most of these guys.
And look at the gap in the score between Richard's biggest trick and his second biggest trick. It's about a 3-point difference. So if Richard pulls out another trick that's in the 9s, that could put him into first place. we're going to go on downstairs, who's Lorette is down there right now with Andy Buckworth. What are you guys thinking?
Hi, guys. How's it going? Just having a conversation with Andy Buckworth about all things Nitro Circus. And Andy Buckworth is in the show. If you get here tonight at the Paris location, you can see him. Andy, you are watching practice. You've been watching Scooter Best Trip. What are your thoughts on what you've seen?
It's absolutely phenomenal to see how far the progression of scootering has come in the short years that it's been around. I remember battling it out at the skate park with like all these little scooter kids, and then watching how far they've come with triple flip variations. Ryan Williams just absolutely dominating with these 720 double front flip, whip tricks. It's crazy. I can't even keep up.
It's wild. There's so much energy and so much excitement around here. And these athletes are riding with so much heart and dedication. And with our Willie, you are traveling around the world with him. I mean, would you talk about his work ethic and the other Nitro Circus athletes' work ethic?
He's one motivated individual. He's the first to practice, last to leave. He gets here early and signs autograph all day long. He's waiting around after the show, signing autographs. He's so fan-driven, and then he just dominates on anything he gets on. His aerial awareness is just second to none, and because of that, it just gives him that ability to do absolutely anything he wants on a scooter or a bike or pretty much anything he sets his feet on. So, I mean, he's a pretty phenomenal human being, and that's motivating. To be around someone with that kind of drive and that kind of ability, it just motivates everybody on tour to just give it their best. But it's pretty hard work when you're on tour with somebody like that. You know that you're never going to be able to beat him in your own chosen sport. But he's amazing, such a good dude, such a good person to be around, and I love the dude.
That's awesome. Okay, so don't go away. I want you to stand right with me, because we keep talking about last night's show and how insane it was and how much energy and excitement there was. So I want to roll last night's highlight clip, and Andy Buckworth, walk us through what we were watching here.
Well, last night we did the final show in France. Well, the first show of 2 in France, which is the final stop of our European tour this year. And the France crowd really turned it on for us. They started off the night with their phone lights on and they were waving it in the crowd, and it was absolutely amazing. Such a good feeling, made every one of us feel like absolute rock stars. And to perform a show in front of a crowd that is just giving so much back to us just makes us really turn it on for them. Makes us go that little bit higher, stomp those little bit bigger tricks, and just gives us that motivation to land what we're doing. And I'm really excited to do it all again tonight. And yeah, it's pretty much the best show we've done in years. And that's because the crowd really gets behind us.
Absolutely, and I feel like it's a very reciprocal kind of relationship, because they can feel how hard you guys are going for them, and they'll, give it the love back. So right here on the Gigantic, Andy Buckworth, that's you right there. And there is Ryan Williams.
Hey, that's pretty cool to be backed up with Ryan Williams in the highlight reel.
Heck yeah. So Jay Tui right there on the Gigana ramp. So we on the Nitro Circus Throwdown have 2 competitions, Gigana, and we also have FMX. So here we have the Gigana competition. That's Jay Tui. And if you'll explain what it feels like to be at the top of the ramp before you drop down, what is that like?
It's pretty much the best feeling ever. We've been on tour for so many years now. And you're standing up there with all your peers, your best friends, your brothers, and you're about to go throw the most gnarly trick you know how to do down, and you hope to land it, because as much as you're best friends with all these guys, you want to beat them. You want to get that crowd applause, you want to impress the crowd, you want everyone to be stoked, and you want to win. So it's such an amazing, bittersweet environment, and there's no better environment to be in. There's no better feeling. And when you stomp your trick, the adrenaline, the roar of the crowd, it shakes the ground. And I was awake till 2 in the morning last night just because I was buzzing from that crowd excitement, and that just gets inside your skin. You can feel it in your bones, and there's no coming down from that.
Amazing. And you guys are going to do it again tonight. So go to nitrocircus.com and join us here in Paris, France tonight. So Jake and Cody, we are going right back to you guys in the booth. How's it going?
It's going great. I mean, watching those highlights, my favorite thing that happened last night was Travis Pastrana's double backflip 360, the Aussie roll.
Absolutely insane to see him just jump on a bike, straight send it. I did not see that coming at all. The first one, he got super close, and the second one, managed to pull it off. Talk about a storybook ending to the first Nitro live show I'd ever seen there. Absolutely insane. I believe there are still shows for tonight's ticket out here at the Accor Hotels Arena in Paris, France. I would highly recommend it. It is absolutely insane.
Yeah, you can't miss it. And I saw their last tour. This was the first time I've ever seen the You Got This show.
Yep.
And it's epic. The throwdown contests are crazy. We saw the crash from Harry Bink. Good thing Nitro has such good paramedics here on site.
Yeah, they're on site and they are back ready to go. We're going to get things going in just a little bit here. Jake, what's been the highlight of this finals for you so far?
Well, I would definitely say Richard Zelinka doing the 720 front flip, tail whip bar spin. That's just crazy. There's so much going on there. When Ryan Williams first started doing 720 front flips, I didn't think it was possible to add to that.
Yeah, I thought he was going to be in the league of his own for quite a while, but again, Nitro absolutely pushing the progression and the innovation of all of these sports. It's absolutely catapulted the level of scooter riding we've seen between Scootfest and this best trick contest. I'm having a hard time keeping up with what's going on, man.
Well, it sounds like Micah's out there hyping up the crowd. Run number 3 of 4 for Dakota Schutz. He's getting ready to drop. This is heated. This is insane. It's really heating up here.
Yeah, we got the man that they also call the machine. Super consistent contest guy. We know he's looking to throw it in here. Let's see what he's got.
Going off the normal kicker. Oh, going for a huge backflip combo. Throwing in about 5 different tricks in that one.
Yeah, he was trying to sneak in a 5-piece there, if you would. It's that backflip, whip bar, tuck bar, some kind of insane combination. A Dakota Schutz classic.
Let's maybe see exactly.
Whip, bar, tuck.
Oh,
maybe
I
looking
think
for
I think he got confused there. I saw a hand come off. Didn't want to do the bar spin, but then still trying another tail whip, maybe a kickless rewind or something, but still got a smile on his face, even though he didn't get the trick he wanted.
Yeah, great to see him still stoked. And like you say, maybe switching up the trick last minute. It's amazing to see some of the instincts that these guys are able to use while they fly through the year, manipulating the scooters any which way they want.
Well, the next rider up, this is a must land for Hunter Schutz. If he wants a chance at the title for Nitro World Games Scooter Best Trick, he needs to land this, and he pulls it off!
Wow, that's an inward to triple kickless.
That's crazy.
Absolutely insane. So much control, getting the scooter to do an entire front rotation, kicking it with his foot, rewinding it back without the use of his feet 3 times, finding his feet and rolling away.
It really doesn't make any sense to me. Check this out. Starting it off with the inward, then kicking it, kickless rewind, 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 back and forth, as Micah calls it, the windshield wiper.
So many of these tricks, I don't understand how they sneak in the last one, whether it's the late bar spin, the late kickless, the late, I have no idea, but these guys are so committed.
Well, Hunter gets himself a score of 4.62, which puts him with 1 score on the board, 1 trick under his belt, and up into 9th place.
Yeah, definitely got to feel good to have at least a solid score on the board. He's still got 1 run to go. He could sneak his way up. Definitely going to be tough to finish in the top 3 with even with a 9, his first score being under 5, but we'll see what he's able to do for us.
Another must land here from Capron Funk. He's got some big tricks. Can he land this?
Oh, he cannot. Oh, look at the frustration. But still,
robbed.
He's still happy to be here, but obviously a little frustrated. They're getting the backflip, triple inward. I believe he caught it a little bit sideways. And like we said, Jake, if you don't land this perfectly on this resi, you're going to slip out, and that's exactly what happened
It is unfortunate that that scooter deck went sideways. He found it with his feet.
Exactly what happened
Just couldn't line it up perfectly. He's a little bit disappointed. Knows how close he was.
Yeah, telling us how close he was there.
And unfortunately, our first year Nitro World Games champion does not have a shot at taking it home again.
Still being the showman that he is, I would not be surprised to see Capron throw down on his 4th run.
You know he's going to go for it. Chris Ferris had an awesome first trick. Let's see what he's got to throw down right here. This guy has some crazy stuff under his belt.
Oh,
and he
gets it! He gets it, Jake.
Wow.
That is a catch roll quad whip to Barston. Look at this flex he's got going on. Rightfully so there. Absolutely earned it.
I'm not sure what kind of move that was, what class he took to learn that one, but he earned it.
You do a cash roll quad whip to bar spin. You can do literally just about anything you want.
This guy's riding with a hole in his lip, by the way, folks.
Yep.
If you didn't hear us mention it before, he had a nasty spill in practice, and they bandaged him up, and he went right back up to the top. Check it out. Quad whip to bar spin inside of a cash roll, 360 front flip.
Perfect landing as well, right where you want to be on the sweet spot of the jump. Absorbed it well, made it look effortless, Jake, which is unbelievable. 6-8-4 gonna stack.
Wow.
Moving him up into 5th place, still 1 run to go.
Yeah, that's crazy, and that is huge. Landing it super smooth, as my friend Matt Mickey would say, like butter on warm toast.
Yeah, smooth as a baby's bottom, if you would, Jake. That's the Canadian reference I had to pull out there.
Our next rider up is Tyler Chaffin, known for those triple front flips. We saw him do double flip with a couple bar spins. Let's see what he's gonna pull out in run number 3. What?
Whoa!
What was that? What was he going for?
Jake, I think that was a double backflip, kickless to kickless or kickless to rewind, some kind of double flip.
There was a bar spin
combo
before those tail whips. In case you missed that, he threw a bar spin in that first flip and then was trying to whip it around.
There
right
it is.
there.
Absolutely bar spin.
And then, kickless missing the catch.
Wow, can't believe he had time to do all of that. They're starting it off with a bar spin, which is super risky because if you don't catch the bar spin properly,
Scooter's going flying.
It's going to go flying. You're going to have a hard time getting the leverage you need to do those extra whips after if you don't catch it perfect.
Can you imagine if Tyler Chaffin pulls out a double flip, bar spin, kickless rewind?
Well, I can't imagine it, but hopefully we'll get to see it because there's no way I could ever do that trick, Jake.
All right, next up, Richard Zelinka. He needs an 8.35 for first place. His highest score right now is well into the 9s.
Yeah, it's a 9.36, I believe, Jake.
So
and like you said, definitely got the possibility here.
Oh, yeah. If anyone can do it, it's this guy right here. Let's see what he's got. Mobbing into the ramp, hitting the booter. What's he going to pull out? Whoa,
there goes the scooter.
Losing control of it.
Yeah, speaking of missing a bar spin and having your scooter eject, Richard had it go flying there. He's down, but that wasn't too bad a slam. We know he's an absolute animal. He's going to be up. He's all right. Would not be surprised to see him pull it out in the 4th.
You got to love it when we say something could happen, and then it happens right after that, just proving us right.
Oh, yeah, we got our crystal balls out.
Yeah, check this out. So I'm not sure exactly what he wanted. There's a tail whip bar spin. Oh, he's going, I think, 720 front flip, tail whip, bar spin.
It's insane.
One-upping his last trick.
It's crazy because that's 2 times where we mistook his trick for a cash roll. He ends up spinning that final 360 so late.
I don't know how.
I still don't understand. Super hyped to see. He's got one more go at it. I really hope he's able to hang on and not have a scooter eject on this next one.
Well, next up is Dylan Morrison, who qualified in the semis in 3rd place. He has got tricks. He just needs to land one. Can he do it? He caught it. He lands
it. Got it. There we go. A must-make for Dylan, showing us that the man not only does well, but excels under pressure. He needed to make that. He's just put himself back in the running, Jake.
Dylan's one of the most intense riders out there as well. As soon as he sticks it, he just lets the roar out. Roars like the lion that he is on the ramp. He's super stoked.
Oh, yeah.
The homie Dante coming over to congratulate him on that trick. Let's see exactly what he did. Where's it? Tail whip, rewind, triple whip.
Wow.
In a double backflip.
That makes absolutely no sense, Jake. I'm happy when I can get just a rewind when I'm riding. This dude's doing 2 flips, 2 rewinds, and 3 whips at the end. That's a lot of math for us right now, dude.
None of what's happening makes any sense to us. Guys at home, what are you thinking? Let us know in the comments. Get social with us, folks. Who's going to take this? Does Dylan have a chance? Is Ryan Williams going to hold the first place spot? Is Roomet going to take him over? What about Will Barlow? Will Barlow's got some crazy tricks. He almost landed the triple backflip tail whip in his last run, and I think he can put it down right here. Let's find out.
Oh, come on, Barzy.
Pressure is
1, 2, 3 with the whip. Oh, Will just slipping out.
So close. Oh, no, he is super upset about that, but he still has another run to show us if he can land it, which we know he can. We've seen him do it.
We know he's got it. One of the first dudes to land the triple, added the whip, pulling it out here at the Nitro World Games. Watch how late this is. Bang. You would think that he's just going to triple, throws the whip, catches it, going just a little bit too deep. He's still got one more left, and you know he's hungry to land that one.
All these guys know exactly how close they are getting to these tricks. This is only run 3 of 4, so they still have another opportunity. And this guy up next, Roomet Saalik, has already landed his 2 hardest tricks. Let's see what he's going to throw down right here. The Estonian wonder, Roomet Saalik, hitting the jump. going for a 1440 front flip.
Oh, wow. Absolutely stepping it up. He needed a 9.25 or so, something like that, to put himself into first place, and it is absolutely within reach for Roomet. The man is a savage. He's got some absolute hammers he's looking to throw down.
I need to
double
check this out again because I...
1080
no-hander.
He added the no-hander into the 1080 front flip.
So,
absolutely insane.
Roomet started off the competition with a 720 front flip no-hander.
Yep.
Followed it with the 1080 front flip. That's why I thought he was setting it up for the 1440 front flip, but instead going for the 1080 front flip no-hander. Really trying to take it away from Ryan Williams, who is currently still sitting in first place and still has 2 runs to go. Run 3 or 4 right here from Mr. Nitro Circus. Ryan Williams dropping in. What is he gonna send?
Oh, you can only imagine what type of video game trick he's about to pull out.
Check this out. 1440 front flip. Oh, man.
Jake, he had the spin. He just did not have enough forward rotation. He was way closer than you should be doing a 1440 front flip on your first go. I don't think he tried that one in practice. Oh, I definitely not blaming the scooter. He knows he's got that one under his belt. Let's see exactly what went wrong here.
Well, we were
Huge
talking
snap
about
off the lip.
Yep, we were talking about Richard Zelinka throwing down video part tricks. This was the ender to Ryan Williams' Web Edit 3. If you haven't seen it, check it out. He actually has stuck that trick before.
Yep, absolutely iconic.
We know he can do it.
Iconic trick, iconic video, iconic rider, Jake. The man
He's got
is an
another
absolute
run.
legend. He's still got one more run. I really hope he tries that one again. He's got the rotation. We saw it. He just needs a little bit more forward flip, and he's got it.
But
it
Cody,
would be
there's
awesome
a chance that Ryan doesn't even need to do that. Since he was our first place qualifier, first place finisher last year, he's going to go last. So if nobody overtakes him, he's not even going to need that trick.
Yeah, like you said, Jake, checking out the score, we do have Ryan in first with a 17.7. A lot of the dudes pulling up the rear. There's Richard as well as Roomet in third. Dylan's down there in 7th, but we know he just landed a 7.9, so he's definitely in there with, for the running. Hopefully, Will Barlow, sitting there in 8th, is able to pull out the triple flip with the whip. Still 1 run to go, 12 more hits. Absolute insanity.
We've got 3 in the bag, 1 to go. This is where it all comes together. This is the definition of competition, and this is what Nitro World Games is all about.
Oh, this is going to be quite the pressure cooker, Jake. So many of these guys are so hungry to get that win, and they know that this is their last chance. The other thing to keep in mind is a lot of these dudes are probably bummed that this is the last hit they're going to get on this ramp.
Right, and yeah, that's true. A lot of these guys really do enjoy riding Giganta because
it's just the best.
It looks fun. As much as slamming is really bad, it looks like a lot of fun when they're flipping in the air, whether they're riding away or sliding out. It looks like a blast, and a lot of these guys really enjoy it. I'm sure they're hoping that Nitro sets it up at Lake Paris again so they can get a full year of practice and maybe just ride it for fun.
Definitely every single one of these dudes would love to have this ramp in their backyard. Lucky for them, Nitro does set it up when they can, and they've invited scooters in. They've really catapulted this to the absolute next level. We see that Corey's got his beats in. He's ready to go. Music's on. GoPro's on. Banger time.
Shouting out the sponsor right there. Corey Funk eyeing up the ramp, getting a huge push in. He's going to pull out something big here. Double backflip. Looks like a quad whip.
Sticks it. Wow.
Look at the energy from Corey Funk sticking that one. Oh my goodness.
I have no idea how he keeps track of what he's doing. That's a double backflip with a ton of tail whips. So much speed. You saw him run into the drop in there. Just absolutely aggressive. And he caught that one with authority, Jake.
What's really cool about the Moon Booter is you can go extremely fast and extremely high. You don't have to worry about overshooting it so much if you're doing backflips.
Such a well-created lip and a perfectly done landing.
Wow. Quad backflip with a quad tail whip with a double backflip, the 2x4, as I call it. Corey is definitely hyped on that one. That's going to give him a pretty decent score.
Oh, definitely going to be tough to bump him all the way up, but like you say, a decent score, and he gets to walk home knowing that he conquered the Giganta.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of bragging rights from that one right there because I don't think there's anybody else doing that trick on this ramp.
Oh, definitely not. That was absolute insanity. He literally takes off of the lip, starts spinning his whips, and doesn't stop until right before he lands, where he finds time to catch it. I do not understand how he pulls that off.
I don't know how it happens. Corey Funk out here with his brother. They're both having an awesome time. He's awaiting his scores. The judges are deliberating this one for quite some time. We were talking about it before. Judging is probably the hardest job here.
Yep.
Other than maybe the riding.
Really happy to be up here in the booth with you, Jake. This is an absolute pleasure. I can't imagine. I would definitely be through my nails and then some right now if I was trying to judge. Corey, always with a smile on his face. Awesome to see how stoked he is.
Looks like the score is coming in right now, a 7.28, which puts him up into sixth place.
Yep.
He's hyped with that. He's stoked on that one.
Yeah, giving himself props, rightfully so. Definitely earned. I mean, if you give yourself one hand for each flip, he had two there, so he can give himself a props. We'll let it go for this time.
Our next rider up is Dakota Schutz's last hit. Folks, this is the last chance these guys have to bump up their scores, so Dakota has to go big right now.
Coming in real hot as well.
Oh, no!
Losing it. Taking
and landing
it deep.
a little bit low on that ramp. Unfortunately, bailing off right off the bat. He's eyeing up the crowd, pointing at somebody out there, maybe his friends, maybe his family. He knows it went horribly wrong, but he's okay with it because he's out here having a good time. Watch this.
Thank goodness for this landing being done the way it is, because watch this. Eject the scooter, forget about it, and it just slides down.
Yeah,
he took
you can
it
see
real deep.
It's got a little bit of give to it, but it still isn't going to feel great.
Definitely didn't tickle, but had it been, wood or concrete, he wouldn't be walking right now. So just an awesome thing to see out here at Nitro. The innovation, the progression is on another level.
That's right, and talk about innovation. Hunter Schutz, we saw him try the quad inward. Do you think he's going to go for it again right now?
Knowing Hunter, I don't think he's got a shot at coming in the top three, so he's going to throw it down for the crowd. Would not be surprised to see the quad inward.
Let's see.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, he's playing it safe anyway.
Yep.
Wants to ride away from a trick just to say he stuck it. Unfortunately, only getting 1 foot on the scooter. Not going to give him a high score, but Hunter really showing up and throwing down.
Yeah, awesome to see. Again, it's crazy to think we have the top 12 of all of our riders, and 4 of which are brothers.
That's right. It's pretty crazy. We got the Schutz brothers and the Funk Bros. And the next rider up is the older of the Funk Bros. It's going to be Capron Funk. Capron has been trying this backflip triple inward all night long. Has yet to land it. He needs it right now.
Yeah, I would definitely think he's still going to stick with it. This one is purely for the bragging rights, for the crowd. He's out here having a blast again. These dudes love hitting this jump. Capron's honestly going to really want to get this one because he won't be able to live with himself if he misses it again.
Let's get it.
He gets it. Yeah, Capron, super hype for him, man.
Capron Funk pulling off the double flip, triple inward. Are you kidding me?
He would have been in his head had he missed that one 4 times in a row. He's got to be over the moon about pulling that one off right now. That one is absolutely insane. That is a single triple, but one of the most technical ways to do a single triple, if you would think.
Yeah, absolutely. It's got to be so hard to spot the deck after 3 inwards while you're doing a backup. Look, the scooter's going one way, he's going the other way, and it just comes around all together like a puzzle.
Yeah, they meet at the very, very end, somehow finding it, catching it, bang.
Straight. You got to land straight.
Yeah, that one was absolutely perfect.
We saw on the Funk Bros. It's going to be Capron Funk. Capron has been trying this backflip triple inward all night long. Has yet to land it. He needs it right now.
Yeah, I would definitely think he's still going to stick with it. This one is purely for the bragging rights, for the crowd. He's out here having a blast again. These dudes love hitting this jump. Capron's honestly going to really want to get this one because he won't be able to live with himself if he misses it again.
Let's get it.
He gets it. Yeah, Capron, super hype for him, man.
Capron Funk pulling off the double flip, triple inward. Are you kidding me?
He would have been in his head had he missed that one 4 times in a row. He's got to be over the moon about pulling that one off right now. That one is absolutely insane. That is a single triple, but one of the most technical ways to do a single triple, if you would think.
Yeah, absolutely. It's got to be so hard to spot the deck after 3 inwards while you're doing a backup. Look, the scooter's going one way, he's going the other way, and it just comes around all together like a puzzle.
Yeah, they meet at the very, very end, somehow finding it, catching it, bang.
Straight. You got to land straight.
Yeah, that one was absolutely perfect.
We saw on the previous attempts that he was landing sideways. This time landed perfectly straight. Look how high that score is.
8.80. See, super pumped to see him get that score. Obviously wishes it was a little bit earlier on in the contest, but at least he can go home knowing that he also conquered the Gigantic.
If there was only another run.
The problem is you do have to set a limit at some point because these boys, given the chance, would go until they literally could not walk.
Right. Our next rider up is Chris Ferris, who unfortunately is not going to be able to get a score high enough to get him first place, but he is definitely looking to move up the leaderboard.
Yeah, definitely wants to move up the leaderboard, and again, just for himself. Came here with a certain goal, and we know he wants to put it down.
Yeah, he's got massive tricks. He told me to tell his fans at home that he was holding back a little bit because of his injury, but it doesn't look like it.
Man, absolutely sending it to the moon and back there, letting go of the bars. Not only
he's
to throw
shaking
the
his
butt
head a little bit
to the tuck, maybe looking to add a third trick to the combination there.
Well, I know previously he's done double backflip bar spin, no-hander to late tail whip. Look at these guys.
They're so
burnt.
tired, man.
They're
it
burnt.
takes so much out of you. Not only did they send it on this absolutely huge jump, they have to get up those stairs before every single attempt.
Yeah, Chris is going to at least be excited that he put down another trick. There's the no-hander, and he probably wanted a tail whip at the end of it. I've seen him do it before.
A certain goal, and we know he wants to put it down.
Yeah, he's got massive tricks. He told me to tell his fans at home that he was holding back a little bit because of his injury, but it doesn't look like it.
Man, absolutely sending it to the moon and back there, letting go of the bars. Not only
He's
to throw
shaking
them,
his
but
head a little bit.
to the tuck. Maybe looking to add a third trick to the combination there.
Well, I know previously he's done double backflip, bar spin, no-hander to late tail whip. Look at these guys.
They're so
burnt.
tired, man.
They're
it
burnt.
takes so much out of you. Not only did they send it on this absolutely huge jump, they have to get up those stairs before every single attempt.
Yeah, Chris is going to at least be excited that he put down another trick. There's the no-hander, and he probably wanted a tail whip at the end of it. I've seen him do it before. And
yeah,
he
you see him
just couldn't pull
hesitating
it
a
off.
bit there. Definitely looking for it. Landed a little bit sideways, so to throw the whip there, he probably would have bit the mat. Playing it a little bit safe, but still able to put a score on the board.
Yeah, you can see he took the Band-Aid off of his chin, but still has the hole in his face.
That's nasty. I wonder if he could put a straw through there, Jake.
Maybe not at this point because it looks like he healed up, but I'm sure when it happened,
when
he
it was
could.
fresh, oh yeah, it was a nasty one. And like we said, threw a Band-Aid on, right back to the top of the ramp like it was nothing.
I mean, it is a good thing we have the medical team here because they took a look at it. They gave him the green light, said you're good to go.
Yep.
They were like, yeah, just at some point, you know, maybe you should get it stitched up, but you're good for now.
Again, love the camaraderie between the boys.
Yes,
Everyone's
look at that.
congratulating themselves after the runs. They're just happy to be here, hanging out with all their homies. Chris getting a 6-8, actually a 5-3-2 on that last run.
Yeah, it's not going to better his other
scores.
scores.
I'm going to stick with the run 1 and run 3. Still in 5th place. A great showing for Mr. Ferris out here.
Yeah, absolutely great. And Chris is one of the most high-spirited athletes that comes out to these contests all the time. No matter how he performs, he's always got a smile on his face, but he is always going for the gold.
Yeah, 100%. All the guys here, like I said, total animals. They love each other. It's a big family, but they are competitive about it. Tyler coming in for his final hit.
See what he can do. Going off the booter.
Oh,
No way.
Send it. Oh, Tyler looking for the 720
that
double front
been
flip.
Huge.
Oh, man, that's an NBD. That's as NBD as it gets as well. Absolutely sent it there. Full commit. I have no idea how he spins and flips that fast. Jake, let's take a look at it one more time.
Watch this. That would have been massive. 720 front flip and then just pulling around another front flip.
Oh, he was so close. Just not quite on axis there. Obviously landing on a bit of the side. As soon as the deck hits, it's game over.
Exactly.
Had to put it to the wheels. He got super close, though. I would love to see that one sometime.
Right. He is currently sitting in 4th place.
Oh, yeah.
Not going to improve that.
Yep, our 3rd place rider, Richard Zelinka, doing it from the Czech. Like we said, already has a huge score. So, an 8.35. Perfectly realistic for him. Not impossible that he could throw it down. If there's anyone who could do it, it's Rich. Let's see what he's got for us, Jake.
Roomet and Dylan up top on the ramp with him, giving him the dap.
Oh, just hype.
Look how excited Rich is. He's smiling, but he's also so intense in the face.
Oh, yeah.
He wants this title. Check it out. Can he put down something big?
Oh,
man, so
Rich.
close.
Oh, Richard. Glad he's all right. Absolutely sent it. Like we said, Jake, he pulled out a trick we had never seen before a little bit earlier. Just tried to one-up it there.
Yeah, that trick is huge. Going for the 720 front flip, but also doing a tail whip, bar spin in there. How do you find the time for all that?
Dude, that last 360 is so late when he takes off the lip. If I had to bet my house on it, I'd say he's doing a cash. Well, guess what? He's not.
No,
Rips
he
it
just
around.
throws it around. Like, it's no big deal. And that, for Richard, is a devastating moment when the wheels don't touch the ground and ride away clean and smooth.
Yep.
So he is sitting on the podium.
Yeah, he's sitting in 3rd place.
good.
Our King of Kings definitely still had a great showing. We know all these guys are absolute competitors. One other man, super competitive, takes it real serious. Let's see if Dylan can get a 2nd score on the board here.
He
Put himself
needs
in contention.
He absolutely needs it. Wow!
Oh,
no
come on, Dylan! Oh,
so close!
Squatting it out.
Wow.
So hard, Jake. He wanted it bad.
I'm going to say that was a double flip with 6 tail whips. I'm going to have to watch it back, but I know he's capable of that trick. He posted it on the internet, said, I got some new worlds first that I'm throwing down in Nitro World Games, and he came to do it, and he came so close. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh, you called it, Jake.
Look
I
at that.
have no idea. Look at him on the toes trying. There is no way he could have been any more committed to that or any closer. That was insane.
He had a little street steez on it with the bent knees and landing on the toes.
The twinkle toes.
Wow, that was so close from Dylan Morrison. Unfortunately, not able to get a big score on the board, but that would have been an extremely high score had he have landed it.
Oh, absolutely. Would have probably put himself into contention. Would have been interesting to see what happened. Unfortunately, Twinkle Toes not able to hold on to it there. Full send from Dylan. Awesome showing from him as well.
Look at the hype on top of the ramp. Barzy has got the triple backflip tail. Can he land it right here? No!
Oh, no, getting lost.
Oh, man! Just losing control of the scooter on the third flip. Still smiling, having a good time, but unfortunately not being able to put down the triple single.
Yeah, as soon as you've let go of the scooter with your feet, we'll see it here. He misses the catch, and once the catch is missed, it's pretty much lost. The super late whip misses the catch right there. Keeps rotating. As far as ditching that trick goes, he got out of it pretty well.
Yeah, he laced the bail perfectly.
Oh, absolutely.
And Barzy is known for the triple flip, the triple flip combos, the double flip combos. He definitely came here with a goal in mind. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and say he accomplished it because he sent it. And that's what these guys are here to do.
Oh, that's what it's all about, Jake. Full send, full commit, innovation, new things, taking our sport to the next level, and I'm proud to say that these guys 100% did that today.
Next up, we got Roomet Saalik from Estonia. He's the only guy able to take out Ryan Williams. Can he do it
Let's
right
see what
here?
he's got, Jake.
Roomet Saalik.
Oh,
no!
ditches the scooter, finds his back at least.
Oh, that is unfortunate for Roomet Saalik. It's going to leave him in second place, but you guys know what that means. Ryan Williams taking home scooter best tricks 2 years in a row. He's going to have a glory run.
Yeah,
check it out. Look at Roomet.
Oh, look at the ditch.
What a bail.
Finds the landing, switches to his back, slides down the entire thing, and at least the scooter was near him. Sometimes your scooter will end up 100 feet away from you. He got out of that one pretty good. Definitely disappointed, but like you said, the man, the myth, the Nitro Circus household name, Ryan Williams, taking the win again, and rightfully so.
Look, you know he's stoked. He's so happy up there. Look at him. He's already got a 17.70. That's more than 2 points ahead of any other athlete. This is a glory run from Ryan Williams, and he still has a show to do tonight after this competition. How does he find the energy?
The man is just unbelievable, Jake. Like you said, show last night, best trick today. You know he's not going to hold back. He's definitely going to give everything he's got on this last hit. Let's see what he pulls out for us.
I love it, going for the 1440.
No! Got to the wheels, Jake.
So
not able to ride it out.
It doesn't
what
matter.
a competition. That was insane.
It doesn't matter. Ryan Williams is your winner here at the Nitro World Games Scooter Best Trick Competition. And we talked about camaraderie. We talked about the scooter community.
Yeah, look
everybody
at everybody
coming over to congratulate him. Our Willie almost in tears right now. What a competition that was. I'm sure he has breathed a sigh of relief after that.
He's definitely going to be stoked. Like we said, the guys are all loving each other down there. They're saying this is awesome. What's cool, we have Ryan Williams down there with Lorette. Lorette, what's going on with our reigning, defending, and newly crowned once again
if you can
Nitro
get
World Games Best Trick Champion?
A lot of stuff going on down here. A lot of congratulating for Ryan Williams, and totally overcome with emotion right now. What is going through your mind?
I just knew it was anyone's game. Richard and Roomet were right on my back. If they landed those tricks, you seen they would have got it. Shout out to the whole scooter community. I love you all. I owe everything to you. Seriously, I'll give my life for scooters. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy.
Ryan, everyone is so proud of you. You are an amazing ambassador for scooters, for BMX, for action sports, for everything. Look at the adrenaline going through you right now. I mean, how do you even put this moment into words?
Yeah, you can't really. I mean, I got done my 2 first jumps. They were the hard jumps, and I knew once I got those, I was feeling better. I just wanted to get that front flip 1440. But you know what? Sometimes you don't want to always make it. You got to pick yourself back up, try again. I'm going to come back next year. I'll stomp that front flip 1440. Let's do it. Thank you all so much for watching.
Ryan, amazing. I know you always have something positive to say to the people at home. Is there anything you want to tell them now?
Anything I want to tell them? Make sure you just always have a smile on your face when you're riding. That's the most important thing. Seriously, everyone out here, they had the best time. You've seen smiles all around. Everyone was cheering each other on. It's all about camaraderie. We're a big fan. Once I got those, I was feeling better. I just wanted to get that front flip 1440. But you know what? Sometimes you don't want to always make it. You got to pick yourself back up, try again. I'm going to come back next year. I'll stomp that front flip 1440. Let's do it. Thank you all so much for watching.
Ryan, amazing. I know you always have something positive to say to the people at home. Is there anything you want to tell them now?
Anything I want to tell them? Make sure you just always have a smile on your face when you're riding. That's the most important thing. Seriously, everyone out here, they had the best time. You've seen smiles all around. Everyone was cheering each other on. It's all about camaraderie. We're a big family. Everyone in action sports. Come on, let's just respect everyone. Life's so much better when there's just love.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. So, so proud of you. Ryan Williams, Nitro World Games Scooter Best Trick. Congratulations. Boys in the booth, Cody and Jake, we are going back to you.
You know, Ryan is absolutely right. The action sports community is one big family. It's not just scootering. But if there is an ambassador of scootering, especially in the big trick category, it's Ryan Williams. I cannot believe 2 years in a row.
Oh, it's amazing, and he definitely earned it, Jake. The man is a myth, a legend, unbelievable. He's taken our sport to the next level.
Yeah.
We owe a lot of what's going on right now to him. Salute to you, Ryan.
Yes.
Big ups. Absolute champion. Cannot believe what went down. Some amazing tricks from some of the other riders. If you had to pick one favorite moment, Jake, what would it be?
I mean, it has to be our Willie right there. You saw the emotion in his eyes. We feel the emotion in the booth here, especially when he starts talking about the sport that we've been involved in for so long. To push it to this level, a guy like Ryan Williams, man, that takes a lot of work. He puts all of his energy into it, every ounce he has.
Absolutely, Jake, and I'll tell you what, it's crazy to think there was a point in time where all of us, you, me, Ryan, our judges out there, we were all hot gluing wheels because we needed to go faster. We're going to take a look back at what Ryan has done to get the win here today at the Nitro World Games Scooter Best Trick.
Check this out. This was his first hit. It was a 1080 front flip and executed so perfectly.
How is that just his go-to first trick, a 1080 front flip? That is
full
rotations.
He does the 1080 before the first, before the halfway through the front flip.
Yeah, and then taking his signature trick, the Silly Willy, the double front flip 360, adding a tail whip just to put that exclamation point on it, show everybody that I'm still out here innovating and killing the game.
And look at that. We've said the word so much this weekend. Camaraderie, amazing. The community we have within our sport is awesome, and it wouldn't be anything if it wasn't for the amazing athletes we have.
Yeah, that's probably one of the biggest, coolest things about these competitions is it brings people together from across the world. We got Richard from the Czech, Ryan from Australia, we got the dudes from the US. Everybody is just one big family. If you don't speak the same language, we all speak the language of scooter riding, and it's brought us all together. It's an awesome thing to see.
One thing I really love is how close the competition actually was. We talked to Ryan, and Ryan was saying how it could be Roomet, it could be Richard, it could be anybody's game, but at the end of the day, it was Ryan Williams who took it. It was an absolutely amazing event. We thank you guys all for watching. I'm Jake Kirsty. Here's Cody LaCroix. Sorry, I'm tongue-tied. We're going to send it on down to hand out some checks. Thank you guys so much for joining us.
Well, to hand out some checks and some awards, I have a special guest. I have Travis Pastrana down here with me. Travis, this is the third year in a row we've done scooter at the World Games. Did you ever think that it would get to the level of what we saw out here today?
No, absolutely ridiculous. I can't even count as high as what's going on. It's like a video game times 10. Everyone throwing down huge tricks. And what I loved is people were trying stuff that was so outside of their element, and when everything goes wrong, it looked like an explosion in the air. Just a scooter go one way, guy go the other, and it was entertaining. The crowd just stoked to be here.
That's the best possible way to put it, an explosion in the air. You start to lose track after like 3 and 4 tail whips, and then you start getting them to 5 and 6 and some of those rewinds. It's like, how do you, I don't know how Jake and Cody were able to keep track of that madness as it was going on up there in the booth.
No, definitely awesome. I mean, our Willie at the end going for a 1440 plus a front flip. You're like, it's 2 900s if you do, I mean, just as the spins that are involved in that. It's cool seeing Catherine Funk finally get on the 4th try. It's a triple front flip, scooter flip, back flip with, I don't know, it was just awesome.
Yeah, it's a lot to process. I'm going to have to watch some highlights before you guys do your last Nitro Circus live show tonight. But we get to hand out some hardware here. We're going to hand out some oversized novelty checks. And pretty much the way this all went down, our podium was pretty much decided after round number 1. But taking away 3rd place out here. By the way, he had the single highest run score of the day. The best possible run score you get was a 10. I believe it was round 2 for him. He got a 9.36. However, he would have to settle for 3rd place out here today. It is none other than Richard Zelinka walking away with 3rd place out here. Richard, come on up, get your check here. Get on in here, Richard. Come on in. We got a novelty check for you here. So you had the single highest run score of the day. You were trying to step it up each and every round, and you had to end up settling for third.
Just, I don't know what to say. Dreams came true, and third place, Nitro World Games, stoked.
Well, happy to have you back out here in the mix. High five, Richard Zelinka, everybody. Your third place out here in Nitro World Games. Scooter best trick here. 2018 single highest run score. It was run number 2. He got a 9.36 out of a possible 10. Remember, it was your 2 best run scores totaled together out here tonight to get you on the podium. In second place, he was throwing down heater after heater. The man from Estonia, it's none other than Roomet Saalik. So, Roomet, your second best score was round number 2. You had an 8.46, and then you came back out and you were trying to step it up in rounds 3 and 4, but not quite able to make that happen.
Yeah, I didn't expect to try a 1080 front with Dachshund, but tried it, slipped out, but so stoked to get second place here in Nitro World Games. Never thought I'm gonna land these tricks, and like really stoked.
Hey, Roomet, I like your style. I love the way you just go for it in the heat of the moment right there. Your second place out here in Best Trick. It's Roomet Saalik coming at you from Estonia. And that means your winner out here, making it 2 years in a row. He got a glory lap on that final run. It's none other than Ryan Williams. With a total score of 17.70. Come on up here, Ryan. Join the boys right there. So there you have it. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to step in here, let these guys take a picture. I'm going to ask Ryan one question here before we all say goodbye. So you get the win out here 2 years in a row, and now you're not done. You have to do this all over again. You have one more Nitro Circus live show to do tonight.
Yeah, I actually have another competition tonight. It's going to be nuts, but this competition was by far the hardest I've had all tour. These guys, anyone could have won that last round, and I'm just so proud to get it done and get first place again. I'm just stoked. I'm stoked for everyone in the whole comp. That's really what I'm happy about. Everyone threw down. I'm so proud of the scooter community, and shout out to everyone in Action Sports.
Would you give a shout out to Harry Bink and the bowl cut luck?
Yeah, exactly. The bowl cut helped out. Thanks, Harry. Yeah, I can't believe it. I'm lost for words. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Of course, at home, you make this all happen. So I appreciate you watching, and bring on next year.
Well, congratulations on year number 2. I know you got to practice. You got to get out there and get ready for tonight on Nitro Circus Live. Speaking of Nitro Circus Live, we do have one more show, and that is going on tonight here inside the Accor Hotel Arena. If you guys are here in the Greater Paris area, I should say, you guys can still get your tickets out here for that tonight. It is over at nitrocircus.com. So that is officially a wrap for us out here for the 2018 edition of the Nitro World Games. We can't thank you guys, the fans, enough for tuning in. Thank you, Facebook, and thank you for all of our partners here at Nitro Circus for allowing us to do this all across the globe. Speaking of, for 2019, the Nitro Circus live shows continue. We kick it off in Australia. It's a little over 2 months away. The first dates are in Melbourne, Australia. It is going to be February 9th, and you can get your tickets over there as well at nitrocircus.com. That is officially a wrap. Congratulations to our podium, and also big shout out to Jordan Clark. Let's keep those well wishes going out there. Remember, he took that hard knock out there in round number 3. So keep those positive vibes going. And Jordan, we look to see you back in the lineup here in the near future. My name is Jimmy Coleman. On behalf of myself, Lorette Nickel, Jake Hershey, and Cody LaCroix, we thank you guys for watching. That's a wrap for 2018. You guys can see all the highlights from the Throwdown as well as the World Games over at the Nitro Circus Facebook page. And as we say goodbye, we're going to send you out with these awesome highlights from Best Trick here inside the Accor Hotel Arena.